asking my girlfriend to start making me breakfast every morning. I, 27 male, have been living with my girlfriend, 29-year-old female, for several months now. For the most part, things are really good, and I plan to propose soon and hopefully have at least a couple of kids with her. However, we've run up against a conflict. She's an absolute morning person. I hate mornings. By the time I force myself out of bed in the morning and into the shower, she's already been up for at least 30 minutes, even though she has to be at work later than I do, and is at the stove making breakfast. She likes a huge breakfast in the morning. She usually has the eggs, either French toast or pancakes, hash browns or breakfast potatoes, and sausage or bacon. Sometimes on weekends it's ham or steak. Damn. She eats almost nothing for lunch and usually has a smallish dinner, but she loves a huge breakfast. Meanwhile, I only ever have cold cereal for breakfast, or maybe if I'm feeling really ambitious, some instant oatmeal and orange juice. I only even start to come alive halfway through my second cup of coffee and definitely don't feel like cooking in the morning. However, my girlfriend obviously does. So recently I asked her if she'd start making breakfast for me too. She asked if we were going to trade off and if sometimes I'd make breakfast for her too. I told her no, but reminded her that I do often make dinner for her. She said that since we trade off making dinner, we should trade off making breakfast too. I told her that there's no way I'll ever be able to muster that kind of energy first thing in the morning, and that since she obviously can, she should just make me breakfast too. I said that it would take next to no extra effort on her part to throw in a couple more eggs, strips of bacon, an extra portion of hash browns, etc., since she's already doing it for herself anyway. But it started a fight with her saying that it wasn't fair for me to expect her to think of me in the morning since I don't do the same for her. She seems to think that her making breakfast for me should figure into our division of labor and that I should do something extra in return. But I think that since she makes a huge breakfast for herself every morning, that throwing an extra portion of whatever she's making on for me should take next to no effort on her part. So why should I have to do more for her in return than I already
do? I'm so glad I'm going against them, because fuck that guy. Like, bro.
Oh my God.
All right. So I'm defending the plaintiff this time, or the guy this time.
Yeah.
Cool. I wanted to. I know how to do this.
Okay,
I'm excited.
Let me pull up the thing real quick.
Yeah.
Oh man, where the fuck is the flag? There it is.
If I'm ready for this shit.
You're like, I'm prepared. Nah, this dude's an asshole. Give me my fucking bear. Thank you.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what it was trying to grab, but it was not the bear.
Not the bear.
Not the bear. Okay.
Alright,
Judge, who do you want to go first?
Alright. The defendant can go first.
Alright, not the asshole. Why is he not the asshole?
Yeah. Why is he not the asshole? I am very interested.
Okay, so first off, my client is not the asshole because he's already stated plainly that he makes dinner for them. So if he weren't making any meal throughout the day for his lovely girlfriend, who he is actually considered marrying at this point, even after this fight, he's still making her food at some point throughout the day when he is more awake and energized. And he's plainly stated to his girlfriend, who they seem like they're living together at this point, who should also know he's not a morning person, and that would definitely take him a lot more energy and effort than it would for her to just get up out of bed. No, you shush. It's my turn right now.
Overruled.
Wait, I get overruled by the defendant.
But my client is willing to do other things in their relationship in order to make his girlfriend happy. All he's asking for in the morning is 1 or 2 eggs and maybe some toast. If she wants to put even less effort into it, she could already make him that cold cereal or instant oatmeal. But as he has also stated, she is already making herself luxurious spread in the morning that sometimes includes steak. So in the day, she might actually have 2 steaks where most people have 1. Is all I will say at this time.
Okay, is it my turn? Okay,
Plan to.
first of all, he could wake up a little bit earlier. It's not that hard. And she asked, like, hey, well, okay, if I'm gonna make stuff for you, maybe every once in a while you can make something for me. And he flat out was like, no. Like, relationships are a 50-50 thing. It's not, hell, she didn't even ask for 50-50. She probably asked for, 70-30. Like, hey, I'll make breakfast, 70% of the time, but, what if I'm feeling sick? You're not gonna make me my usual breakfast? She doesn't eat much during the day, he also said. He said that she eats a huge breakfast, and then, what else does she say? Eats almost nothing for lunch, so she probably eats, maybe half a peanut butter jelly sandwich, and then eats the other half for dinner. She can have that big breakfast. Why can't he make her a big breakfast?
Can I answer the plaintiff's question?
Yeah, go for it.
Because the plaintiff takes 2 cups of coffee to just get half started.
So wake up
She's
early.
already on her 4th water by this point. I don't know. She sounds like a very energized morning person. Even myself am not that energized in the morning.
Objection, that is, stereotyping.
What?
The defendant is stereotyping my client.
Okay.
You don't know.
I will retract my
Oh.
water statement. But my client has literally stated he's not a morning person, so the more effort will be put in on his part. And she has already stated and only eating the breakfast, maybe some of the dinner, but who's cooking the dinner? Is it him or her?
They switch off.
Do they switch off for dinner? Or
That's
just
what it
or
says.
is she just asking for
Yeah.
breakfast?
Said that since we trade off making dinner, we should trade off making breakfast too. So
Yeah, that
again,
was-
that's
that
that
was her
70-30.
That was her proposal, and then he's just like,
And he
she's
flat
like,
out
okay.
said no.
Yeah, he's like, nah, you're
Did
up.
he say that for the breakfast, or did he just say that for the 50-50 split for the rest of the meals?
For the breakfast. She asked if we were gonna trade off, and if I sometimes
I
make
remind her,
breakfast for
I
her
do
too.
often make dinner for her.
And she said since we trade off making dinner, we should trade off making breakfast too. Which implies that they switch making dinner.
It actually
So,
doesn't imply that they switch off dinner. It implies that either she's not eating enough of dinner, or that she's not making the dinner because
Hey,
he's often
sometimes she
making
gives them the other half of her half a PBJ sandwich.
it. I mean, half that steak she didn't have for breakfast that she could have given him for his breakfast?
I don't know, she eats the thing. I said that she has a half peanut butter jelly sandwich for lunch, and then has the other half for dinner. Sometimes she'll be like, here, honey, here's the half of my half of PBJ. She sounds very giving and caring. Why can't he wake up a little bit earlier?
It's not that he can't wake up earlier, it's that the amount of
He
energy
doesn't
that she's
want
asking
to.
for, the amount of energy she's asking for in that breakfast alone is a lot. I'm pretty sure this man has the energy to make 2 bowls of cereal in the morning when he's half conscious and call it a day.
I'm just saying, he could put in some effort. She only asked for some of the time. He could wake up a little bit earlier, drink his 2 cups of, black coffee, and then be like, okay, I'm gonna make breakfast for my loving fiance. Well,
But why is it so
They're not
hard for her
fiancé.
to make 1 extra egg?
She didn't have a problem with that. She had a problem with the fact that he doesn't want to make breakfast for her either.
It sounded more like she didn't want to really make anything for him either. Because she's so focused on her exuberant spread of breakfast items.
Okay,
You
we're
have
throwing
to
big
name
words
more
in
than
here.
4. When you have to name more than 4 food items for a breakfast, something is exuberant.
That's all she eats. She eats half a peanut butter jelly sandwich for lunch.
And then sometimes has dinner.
That's
he
the
probably
other half of the sandwich.
So he is trading off
I don't know where I
breakfast
got
for
this
dinner.
story from. I'm just fucking rolling with it.
He's just trading off breakfast for dinner. He makes her a lovely dinner that he is way more awake and
But see,
probably more passionate about, whereas she is more awake and passionate about breakfast. That's your trade-off. I give you dinner, you give me breakfast.
but if she's
Even
also
trade.
making dinner, okay, so let's say like, you know, fucking like Monday, Wednesday,
I can
Thursday.
see the issue is that he refuses to make the effort to wake up in the morning and is relying on his
Thank you,
GF to do
Angel.
the work just because it's convenient.
Angel gets it. Cause yeah, if she's you know making dinner like fucking Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and like sometimes Sunday, or you know maybe on Sunday they go out and like they fucking eat at mom's house or some shit. But yeah, if she's making dinner like those times, it's like why can't he wake up just like a little bit earlier and you know make a nice breakfast for them?
I'm still wanting to know where you see that it says that she actually is making dinner, or is she just not eating dinner that day?
It just says
So
since
he
we
makes
trade
dinner for
off
both
making
of them,
dinner.
and she says, I don't eat.
She said that since we trade off making dinner, we should trade off making breakfast too.
But I remind her that I often make dinner for her.
See, that could just be him. I was gonna say, that could just be him gaslighting. That's not gaslighting. That could just be him, you know, making a fucking hyperbole or whatever. Like, he's like, oh, I often make dinner, but then maybe he doesn't. Maybe, again, like, maybe he's making dinner on fucking Tuesday. What was the other day I said? Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Like, we don't know. They trade off making dinner.
So where's the extra effort on her half to make the dinner?
Where's the
If you're
extra
saying it should
effort
be,
on his
if
half
you're
to make
saying
breakfast?
it should be a 50-50 split, then he should.
They can go to fucking Burger King on Sunday and Saturday.
For that dinner too?
Yeah, Sunday, Saturday, they go to fucking McDonald's or some shit.
Okay, so she'll make the breakfast and he'll buy all of the dinners.
You know, I think she'd be for it if he was making, like, all the dinners.
But again, she's also not eating all that much, even at dinner, because she's having
And?
so much for breakfast.
And it's the thought that counts. She doesn't have to eat the whole thing. Just the fact
she's
that he's
outright
like, honey,
rejecting
I
his
love you.
breakfast
I made
proposal.
this dinner for you. That's
So
enough.
she's outright rejecting his breakfast proposal in favor of continuing a 50-50 split for dinner.
She's outright rejecting his breakfast proposal because he straight up was like, no, I'm not waking up early to make you eggs. What the fuck? Like, I barely make cereal for myself. And it's like, bro, you could just wake up.
Yeah, he wants
I
her to
feel
make
like he
him
also
breakfast.
knows her well enough to know that if he were to
Hold
try
on,
to
Judge,
put
we're
in the
still
effort,
fighting.
I feel like if he's actually willing to wake up early enough for it, she would complain about the breakfast because it's not what she wants or how she wants it. Because it's not
Objection,
enough.
you are... It's like, that is, there's a fucking word for this. Speculation. Objection, speculation. It's like, you don't know how she would react to him.
This
making
man
breakfast.
is barely able to get out
That
instant
doesn't. Maybe
oatmeal,
she
which is
would be
water
like,
in a
"Oh,
microwave."
honey, I'm sorry you burnt the eggs, but thank you." You don't know.
I also feel like because she has so much food, she's got a very particular set for breakfast. If this is something that she normally has in abundance every day, 7 days a week,
Maybe.
then she's gonna have a very harsh opinion about, hey, honey, I know I woke
Objection,
up
speculation.
and made 2 cups of coffee to try to get through this breakfast, but the best I could do was 4 burnt pieces of toast and a scrambled egg because the sunny side up didn't turn
I
out
can
great.
always be on board with both 50-50th split on just all days, but if whenever either is feeling unwell or too exhausted, at least understanding the situation and taking charge for the time being is nice. But I don't know, the way the BF presented this kind of 50-50th split could have been worded better, NGL.
Okay, see, but if he had presented it as like a 50-50 split, which he has not, I don't think he did. It kind of sounds like he's like, oh, well, you know, honey, you're already doing this. If you could just like, you know, throw in like an extra piece of bacon for me. And she's like, bruh, this is already a lot of work. Like, are you gonna wake up and make me breakfast too? And then
So
he's like,
he's
nah.
actually thinking of her for dinner, but what it sounds like is that
Sometimes
because
they
it's not a
switch.
fair fight. No, even then, it's apparently not a fair fight enough because with her basically refusing the breakfast argument, he feels that he is not thought about in the morning at all as part of their relationship. He just doesn't exist until maybe lunch.
Where does it say that? Hold on.
It says it right there. I got it highlighted, bitch.
Judge, the defendant called me a bitch.
Plant. There's nothing I can do about that.
I love you, girl.
That's actually fair for the BF to point out. Man's feeling unloved.
Man's feeling unloved. Thank you, Angelaska. Man is feeling unloved because his beautiful girlfriend that he's thinking about making his wife and having his children doesn't think about him in the morning. And he's simply asking for an egg.
Okay, but she's also simply asking, like, hey, like, you know, every once in a while, not even like every other day, just every once in a while, can you wake up early in the morning and make me an egg? And it's like, maybe, just, you know, like, maybe some toast. I think he's the asshole. That is, my argument.
I'm saying the lady could just put on an extra egg and leave it out. Even if it's cold, he'd appreciate it and know that he is thought of and loved.
I was gonna give him botulism or something, but okay. Maybe she didn't want to give him botulism! You can get that from potatoes. I don't think you can get that from eggs.
Oh shit.
Judge, are you ready for your ruling?
Oh my god. I don't think so.
He's like, hold on.
It's like, hold on.
Because it's like God damn it. Alright.
Hold
so
on,
like,
let me switch to you.
We
real
put
quick.
on some good arguments for our
Oh, no,
judge here.
switch you. Oh my
it's like have you ever come across two people who are like both right about some shit? Like it's so because on one hand, right, it's like I get it. It's like, bro, wake your ass up, man, and make like you can make like if she's asking for like a 50-50 split off for breakfast, right? If y'all are already doing 50-50 on dinner and she's like, okay, well, motherfucker, like cook breakfast sometimes, and he's like, but like I don't want to wake up in the morning. It's like, dude, set an alarm or some shit
Exactly.
and get up. Or like, I don't know, like drink your coffee early, like as soon as I don't know. So like I'm leaning more towards him kind of being the asshole only because, right, he's expecting it like all the time because she's cooking breakfast like all the time when she gets up. So he's like, hey, like, are you gonna cook me breakfast like all the time? And it's just like are you gonna cook me dinner all the time?
He might.
You know? I
but he
mean
didn't
that's
say
not
that.
that's not what the evidence presents. It says that he sometimes cooks dinner for her, right? He sometimes
trade
does.
off.
Is that the rest of the
it's like
time is
there's a-
either her cooking or them going out to eat because he's
them-
therefore not cooking. He's
Yeah.
just ordering. Which I mean, she could also just order something.
Well, then so
That is
could
true.
he.
So I'm gonna rule him.
This whole idea is such a
I'm
gray
gonna
area
rule him
because I personally
the
don't
asshole
mind
this-
putting in the
this
extra
situation.
love towards my
just by a
man.
little bit.
I might be a
Just
little
by a
too
little.
giving in general though.
Because I get the points the defendant made, but like I don't know. I feel like if they're they're doing 50-50 for dinner, right? Or he says, you know, as he says, and he's even saying like, oh, like I make dinner for her most of the time, but like, what's most of the time?
Exactly.
Probably when she eats, because she doesn't eat lunch all that often and she barely has dinner. So if he is making something, I mean, even if he's not making dinner for both of them, what if she's just not hungry, so she's not eating dinner? Breakfast is one of the most important meals of the day, and she's refusing him that.
She is not refusing him that. It's like, what she is saying is, hey, I'll make you stuff, but every once in a while, can you make me something? And he flat out said no.
Technically, she's the one that flat out said no.
No, it says him.
It's like
I told her that there's no way. Oh, wait, hold on. She asked if we were going to trade off and if I'd sometimes make breakfast for her, too. I told her no. And then later on, he says, I told her there's no way I'll ever be able to muster that kind of energy first thing in the morning. So yeah, he just flat out said, no, I'm not making you breakfast.
So he's stating a plain fact that he won't be able to muster the energy in the morning, which is something she knows about.
I know, but what are you doing the night before that's keeping, like, that's making you not, like, all the time, like, that's not making, like, I get not being a morning person, yeah, but, like...
What about work? What about studying? What about both? You get tired.
And he can't wake up just a little bit early every once in a while. Remember, she's not asking for every day. She's asking for every once in a while.
And I'm assuming she's not asking him to wake up at the ass crack of dawn to start flipping eggs and shit either.
I mean, she might be. She's a
like,
morning
I need you to go out
guys.
to the field and fucking
She's
like,
a
go
morning
hunt them
person.
eggs.
She could be getting
That's
up at
what I'm
like
saying.
5 o'clock
Like,
grandma times.
I need you to slaughter the pig that becomes this bacon. Like,
she's like, I do that every morning. I don't see why you can't.
so I'm gonna say he's being a bit of an asshole here.
Woo! God, could you imagine the fucking plane?
What did Reddit have to say about that?
Let's see. What does Reddit say? Reddit, what do we have to say about this guy? They haven't ruled
All of this
yet.
over breakfast, LMAO.
Oh, dude, I'm very passionate about food.
All of this over breakfast. No, dude, because it got quiet. I thought it was over, and then Jeff was like, "Nah, fuck that." You know what?
Fuck this guy. The first comment says, "You're the asshole." Also, we'll take turns making breakfast for each other. Oh no, you'll just make food for me. It's no extra effort for you anyway. Dude should have offered to make her dinner every night in exchange for breakfast every morning. That's what I'm saying.
But we're not seeing that portion of the thing. Maybe he did.
That. No, he said most of the night, and that could be hyperbole. That could totally be him just being like, oh, I make dinner like, you know, twice a week. That's most of the week, and then they go out the rest of the time.
He stated cooking, though. The rest of that could be takeout, yes.
So, yeah, he could just be cooking like 2 or 3 times a week and being like, oh, that's most of the week.
But he's also wanting to not waste
My sense of
food.
time is fucked.
Also not wanting to waste food, because why is he gonna waste food on somebody that's not
Then
gonna
he can eat it for breakfast! Problem solved!
So she could heat it up for him.
But that's not what he's asking. He's asking her to make
He's
extra
asking
food.
for-
And she's like, hey, can you make me food sometimes? And he said no.
Or sharing it. She could try to share that
He doesn't wake up.
buffet of food.
Well, she clearly eats it all.
I'm just saying, she could share. Show the love.
Oh, someone does agree with you. I'm sorry, but what kind of asshole makes breakfast beds like that for one when there's more than one person living under the roof?
There we go.
I'm gonna continue.
It's like,
that
that's an
thread.
excessive amount of food, man. That is so much food for one person.
Oh, that's
And
funny.
then you're getting onto him for, like, only sometimes making dinner, apparently. You're eating too much in the morning to have to wait for dinner when he obviously gets to cook for you. And then you're not gonna want to eat it, or you're not gonna want to eat all of it. That's even with you skipping lunch.
I'm like continuing to read through this, and people are like, yeah, like in this one instance, she sounds like an asshole, but it also sounds like he doesn't do much. It's like, where are y'all reading that? Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's like a 40, like 60 split here. It's like, I can see the gray definitely, but it's like,
I don't know. Like I said, I feel like if he, again, she didn't ask for much. She just asked, "Hey, every once in a while, can you like make me an egg or two?" And then he said no. He just sounds entitled, and I think that's the part that like really like, you know, goads me. It's like, motherfucker.
I think he just knows that his girlfriend is picky and accepts that because he still loves her regardless.
And
so
she
he
knows
doesn't want
that
to
he
fuck up
won't-
her breakfast routine because she knows that she's gonna get an opinion about his cooking of her small
We
breakfast
don't
from
know
him.
that. That's speculation.
But he loves her.
That's also speculation, technically, but.
I mean, you don't just spout out that I'm planning on marrying this chick and having babies with her if you don't love somebody, all right?
Pro Revenge has words for you.
shit.
But, man. Yeah, so far it looks like it's a mix between the two, so we can check up on this in a few days.
Okay.
Oh, see, someone was like, and then is he gonna be ready to eat when the food is? I imagine because he struggles to wake up and he'll be late to breakfast, the food will be cold, and then he'll complain.
He eats cold cereal and instant oatmeal. I'm sure he'll
That's
be
his
happy
own
for
fault.
like a soggy piece of toast.
That is a choice.
Yeah, that is a choice. Like, he could totally wake up early.
Like, just a little bit earlier.
And she only asked for once in a while. This was a very fun debate, though.
No, it was. You guys were going
all very
in.
passionate
Oh
about
my
food.
god.
Okay.
That's great.
This was great.
Or any more about food, we're all fucked.